We have a new number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, a new set of number one contenders for the Women's Tag Team Championship that will be joining us on the show. Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan. Gunther beats AJ Styles. Braun Breaker is suspended, at least as of now. This is the Raw recap, a WWE and Fanatics original production. There is so much happening in this world of the WWE right now, Megan Morant. I mean, first of all, just walking in over on SmackDown, it was referenced on the show tonight, Drew McIntyre, the WWE champion, CM Punk getting in the ring.
Right. No longer bored at work, Drew McIntyre.
He's not bored at work.
Because he's the champ.
He is the champ. And CM Punk referenced it tonight, saying that he intends on being the World Heavyweight Champion forever. That doesn't really mean all that much. All that means is that's what he intends. It doesn't mean it's actually going to happen. Well, maybe we'll have time to talk about Drew McIntyre. But before we get to Drew McIntyre, I want to talk about CM Punk's opponent from last week. I want to talk about Braun Breaker and everything that went down with the Vision tonight. So, of course, earlier in the show, you've got Paul Heyman having a confrontation with Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce saying, like, listen, if Braun Breaker... First of all, Adam Pearce started a little negative.
He is a negative person.
He's a negative guy. He's and he leads emotionally sometimes. And this is bad.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're dealing with the Vision and you're the general manager of Monday Night Raw, you're not exactly going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I know. But if somebody's playing chess, you can't scream at the board and think that you're going to get checkmate. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And who are you dealing with? Ultimately, if you're dealing with the Vision, who are you dealing with?
Paul Heyman.
And who is the greatest chess player in the history of professional wrestling?
Paul Heyman.
And that's where mistakes get made. And I do think mistakes were made. So you have this sort of interaction. And already, like, to me, okay, if I'm breaking this down, Adam Pearce is showing his cards, saying, I don't want to see that Braun Breaker if he has bad intentions. And it's like, whoa, we don't even know what anybody's intentions are. Let's not get too hasty here. Like, let's, And Paul Heyman goes, fine, no problem. And he said, I believe he said, it would be my life's honor to be your errand boy or your message boy or whatever he said, which was just so Paul Heyman, just so Paul Heyman.
When I heard Braun Breaker wasn't at Monday Night Raw, I was like, that makes sense though, right? It's tough to show up to Monday Night Raw after losing to CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. So when I heard he wasn't there, that made sense. But knowing that Braun Breaker was going to be absolutely furious, that also made sense. So Adam Pearce in his role had to be prepared for if and when Braun Breaker was going to show up, whenever that may be.
So you're saying that Adam Pearce had a point that there was a very good possibility that if Braun Breaker showed up, he wouldn't be in the mood for teamwork.
No.
Yeah, okay.
He's not going to be in the mood for anything.
All right. Well, he was in the mood for something. Spears.
Yeah.
Loves his spears because we get to the Luchadors and the Vision. Mm-hmm. We get to Dragon Lee and Penta versus Bronson Reed and Austin Theory. And how about Logan Paul being at ringside with them? And I had this question today on the show on Sirius. I was like, listen, all I read about all week was Logan Paul dropping vlogs or whatever he's dropping, saying, well, now I'm a full-time WWE superstar. So you can't say anything anymore because I just signed my first deal to be a full-time superstar. I'm in the WWE full-time. And I was like, that's a lot of talking to do before a European tour. Okay, show me your full-time. And then he shows up at ringside. And I go, and this was a question that we had for him, I feel like months ago when we had him on the pod, like that he was just saying full-time a lot. I feel like something has happened that ever since Logan Paul was like, no, I'm not in the Vision to help out with War Games. I'm in the Vision. He's been on television pretty much every week. He's now in Dusseldorf.
Yeah, and before this, did we ever see Logan Paul involved in a segment that wasn't exclusively about Logan Paul, the character?
100% not. Logan Paul would be there for Logan Paul-centric
That's right.
segments.
He wasn't centric in this segment at all tonight.
He was there to support his guys.
That's right.
He was there to support the Vision. And I'm like, well, right under everybody's nose, Logan Paul's telling the truth. He actually is. Maybe because he's selling that Pokemon card for all that money. But even with all that Pokemon money he's about to get, he still is full-time. I don't know, man. Paul Heyman's got some of that Kool-Aid. Because all of a sudden, Logan Paul hangs out with Paul Heyman for a few weeks, and he actually is full-time.
And he says, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Yes,
and he was
sir.
working on the side of the vision even tonight, like kind of furthering that narrative. That's the other thing about Logan Paul. You never see this guy working as a true teammate.
Never.
There's always that underlying "how does this benefit me" thing.
Yeah, and I was really worried after Braun Breaker lost to CM Punk that there would be this dynamic in the vision where everybody says, "Oh, well, Braun didn't become champion, so surely I'm the next one within this group to step up."
And
that was not what we saw at all.
You had said you were afraid of division.
That's right, Vision.
You like that? You did like it. You wanted not to like it, and then you
that was
like
good.
It. Yeah,
that was good. You just came up with that right now.
I did while you were talking.
That's
Yep.
good.
Yeah, it was a little
I like
fun.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mid-match, Braun Breaker decides he is coming to Raw tonight. He didn't just get on that plane to Dusseldorf to hang out in a hotel room. He's going to Raw, and I mean, the set tonight was amazing. You know, obviously the crowd was great, singing and chanting the entire night. It looked like, you know, as sometimes these European shows do when the screen is small, like the whole crowd is kind of caving in on the ring, which is the funnest thing. It's just, you know, it's just so frantic and it's good energy for wrestling. But the aisle was long. And I mean, that drone shot that they had of Braun Breaker just charging all the way up that aisle. And like, I would think, you know, if I'm going to sprint, if I come out of the entryway sprinting, by the time I'm halfway up the aisle, I'm like, okay, let me slow it down a little bit. And by the time I'm at the end of the aisle, I'm winded. I'm out.
You have no endurance.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm at the gate, and within 3 steps, I'm like, okay, we pushed it a little far. Pull a hamstring. Braun sped up.
Yeah, he accelerated.
You saw that, right?
I did.
At the end, just as he approached Dragon Lee, it was like he was running inhumanly fast. And then there was a second gear to shift into, like an automobile.
Yes. And it had happened immediately when he hit Dragon Lee.
Yes.
And sawed him in half.
Yes. And Dragon Lee just goes down.
He had to. I mean, he was running 20 miles an hour.
And then Penta goes down. And then Adam Pearce comes out and he's screaming at Braun Breaker. And you could just you could feel the frustration in Adam Pearce because it's almost like it's like a violent grown-up hour gang where while you're over here, I'm gonna be over here. Because like he's yelling at Braun Breaker and Braun Breaker's just like, oh really? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
And how about this vision, right? This
Meanwhile,
vision
in the
group-
ring, what's going on with the vision?
That's right. I mean, they don't even need words to communicate.
Right.
That's how much they're operating on the same page.
Right. That it's like, oh, okay, Braun's got him over there. Time for a tsunami. And Braun's like, I'm going to keep talking until you're done with that tsunami. Adam Pearce had to hear the sounds of the tsunami to go like, oh, I got to now take care of this. And while he's taking care of the tsunami, Braun's jumping in the ring doing another spear. It's like, no, over here, over there, over here. It's like spilling marbles all over the place.
Picture perfect execution by the vision where there is no division.
That's right. That's right. See, it's fun. It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's like and you go, well, it felt like a plan from the very beginning. And then Adam Pearce is like, finally, like he's had enough. And like he gets right on Braun Breaker. And I guess I didn't even notice, but apparently put his hands on Braun Breaker first, only for Braun Breaker to then grab him by the lapels. And I can't imagine. It felt like one of those things where it's like, you think you're involved in a reality and then feeling the strength of Braun Breaker. And I mean, he pushed Adam Pearce down to that second turnbuckle. And it's like, this is real life. Like staring up, seeing that rage in your face, seeing that strength shove you down to the second turnbuckle. You're like, oh, that game we were playing a minute ago that I thought was reality. That wasn't real life.
Now I might be killed.
Right. This is the guy who's in charge. Ultimately, this is the law of the jungle. I'm trying to run a business.
Adam Pearce is in charge, but he is not in charge when it comes to Braun Breaker.
Not in this moment.
No.
And then you have the rest of the vision pulling him off, pulling him out. Oh, it's okay. Come on. Separating them.
I did like how Austin Theory was like, Braun, chill.
Chill, dog. Come on, bruv. Chill, bruv.
Just chill.
Yeah. Braun's like, oh, I never considered that. All right, I'm chill. Chill.
Just chill.
Chill.
Chill, bro.
You want to go do some Pilates or something? Chill. Got some kombucha in the back.
I love kombucha.
Of course you
Little
do.
booch.
So then they're back, and then coming back from commercial break, Braun Breaker, and like, this is when your emotions lead you astray. Sometimes you have to separate cool down, because Adam Pearce is still the guy. Adam Pearce is still in charge. Adam Pearce is still going to be able to levy out any, punishments that he has to levy out in 20 minutes.
He's the authority figure.
Right. Like, you're still going to be able to do it, but he's fuming. He's got to do it now.
I mean, he was spitting when he was speaking.
Bro, he had drool on his goatee.
I know.
And he didn't, and you know how you knew he was pissed for real? Like, that was NWA champion Adam Pearce. That was a different version of Adam Pearce. That was like an Adam Pearce where it's like, because you feel when you just spit so much there's drool. He wasn't even bothering to clean it up. He was so mad.
No, it's just sitting there on his chin.
Like,
as he was interacting with Paul Heyman.
That's right.
Ugh.
That's right. And Paul, Mr. Like, I'm not going to give you a reaction. Reacting to getting Adam Pearce spit in the face. But that's because Braun Breaker was not respecting him. Braun Breaker wouldn't turn around and look at him. Look at me when I'm talking to you. And he suspends him.
Indefinitely.
Adam Pearce suspends Braun Breaker indefinitely. Only for Paul Heyman, who had previously in the ring, he was looking at Adam Pearce going, I apologize. I apologize. I mean, Paul Heyman, I know he has a legalese in his family, but what a lawyer that guy would have been. Oh, I mean, he's also happens to be the GOAT as far as representation in the world of professional wrestling. But what a GOAT of a lawyer he would have been as well.
If I ever needed somebody, I might have to give Paul Heyman a call.
100%. Like, I don't know if you've passed the bar or not, but I'm going to.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, whatever you need. Whatever I can pay you.
You're going to be better.
100%. Because he goes, after apologizing to Adam Pearce in the ring, he goes, that was a huge mistake. And Adam Pearce is like, you're right, it was. And he goes, no. You just made a huge mistake. And I'm sitting there thinking like Adam Pearce is thinking. What do you mean? You're going to put his hands on me. I'm the general manager. He put his hands on me. And Paul Heyman was like, actually, and this is why I say you can't lead with emotion. Paul Heyman had found that center space. He had logically looked around, figured out the entire scenario.
He did this all without chilling or booch.
He didn't have booch. He had no chill. But he stayed in that sort of logical frame of mind, knew everything that had happened, hadn't gotten carried away in the emotion of it all, and then went, actually, you put your hands on that WWE superstar first. And Adam Pearce is just like, oh.
Because he knows he's right.
He knows he's right. Of course he's right. Of course he's right. And you're like, oh, it's the last person you want to be out-logicked by. That's what I mean about leading with emotion. If it's Paul Heyman out there, you don't want to be sitting there going like, oh, I'm going to scream at him until I get my way. No, you have to be paying attention to every single detail. Because Paul Heyman has this just amazing ability of just making you look over here, look over here, look over here, look over here. You know what's in this hand? Your wallet, your keys. He's taking it all. Your watch, it's gone.
So now Braun Breaker is suspended indefinitely, but as we saw,
maybe right?
There's a loophole in this whole thing.
I mean, if he goes to whoever's over Adam Pearce's head, I don't know if that's Triple H. I don't know if that's the board of directors. I don't know where you'd go. But above Adam Pearce. That's not where I don't live in those areas.
But he can appeal this for sure. There's a case.
Hey, dude. Adam Pearce put his hands.
Watch the tape.
If anything, suspend your general manager. He's putting his hands on superstars. It's like, oh, geez. Like to the point where Adam Pearce is going to have to be like, hey, Paul, sorry. We got it. It's just so, it's bad.
Yeah, he worked himself into a little bit of a pickle there.
He did work himself into a little bit of a pickle. And he wasn't the only official that found themselves in an awkward situation.
That's right.
Tonight, the main event of Monday Night Raw, Gunther versus AJ Styles. Now, unlike Saturday night's main event, when Gunther said he was going to make John Cena tap out, AJ Styles said, forget it. You want to be disrespectful? I'm going to make Gunther tap out.
Yeah, and AJ was very clear talking about, him and John Cena, they have their past, but both of them have so much respect for this business, so much respect for everybody who is inside of the ring, and Gunther doesn't have any of that. And when AJ said backstage, I'm going to make Gunther tap, like this was a totally different, intensified version of AJ Styles.
I think that's right. And I think that version carried with him to the ring. Because like AJ Styles was in charge of about 85% of this match, maybe more. Mm-hmm. I mean, this was like an AJ Styles where, like, just in case you forgot, like, did you forget that I'm the phenomenal one? Did you forget why I have the reputation that I have? Did you forget exactly who you're dealing with? And that's what we got with all those calf crushers and all those phenomenal forearms.
It was crazy to see because as AJ's making his entrance, both you and I are watching and we're sort of being like, no, we don't want this match. Because we know the Gunther that he's dealing with.
Right.
And we know what Gunther has done to every opponent that he's faced, really since he returned for John Cena's retirement tour when he was in the tournament, but it upped a level after he retired John Cena.
100%, and made him tap.
And so as we're watching AJ enter, I'm like, I might have to leave the room.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to watch this match. And I'm wondering what is the strategy that AJ is going to employ against Gunther.
This is what is so interesting about everybody, like, who's ever watched wrestling thinks that they've got Gunther all figured out. Well, I know what this character is. I know how he operates. He's going to do this. He's going to be a killer. He's going to end this career. He's going to do that. And it's like Gunther is such a unique force in the world of pro wrestling because everybody that's ever existed like Gunther, their whole thing is that they go in there and they dominate people and they can't be stopped until somebody stops them and then they're stopped. Except Gunther's so different. Every match that Gunther's ever in, if it's a big match, his opponent always gets a ton of offense in. Mm-hmm. John Cena got a ton of offense in. Like, Gunther never gets out of a match unscathed. It's just his ability to survive, his ability to not really be there to care to put on a show, but to be there to simply win the match at any cost, and then to have the result be in his favor is what makes Gunther absolutely lethal.
It's when I'm watching a Gunther match, just when I really start to enjoy the match and I really start to have hope that AJ Styles is going to win, that John Cena is going to win, that R-Truth is going to win.
Even R-Truth.
Then Gunther crushes my soul.
He crushes dreams, not humans.
Yes.
He crushes souls. Yeah, because he'll just lock on that sleeper, or he'll lock on a power bomb, or he'll do something dastardly. And you'll go, wait, what? And you'll go, yeah, no, that's fine.
Just as the crowd started to chant, this is awesome.
Yes, yes. Like there's this moment in this match where AJ Styles has Gunther in that calf crusher. And we saw it from the same angle that the referee saw it on television, where all of a sudden, Gunther is released. AJ just stands up and puts his arms in the air, and he goes over like he's like, great news, I just won the match. And old Rob Zapata and all of us are going, what? What are you talking about? And he goes, well, he tapped. And they go, I don't think so. The referee goes, I don't think so. And Gunther's just over there in the corner. And AJ Styles, I don't know what came over him. He's trying to tell the referee, the timekeeper, go ahead and ring that bell. And the referee's going, do not ring the bell. And so AJ Styles goes back over to Gunther. Referee's over now with the timekeeper, which AJ Styles had set up, saying, tell him the timekeeper, don't ring the bell. We're going to continue the match. And then boom, that's when the low blow comes. It's all Gunther needed to hit the powerbomb and win. And then we see the replay, and I'm sitting there going like, is AJ Styles having a dream? Like, what is he talking about? And then we see this replay, and we see on the other side of AJ Styles, on the leg, Gunther is tapping out on AJ Styles' leg.
Clear as day.
Clear as day, but not to anybody that matters.
Yeah.
Clear as day for everybody that no one, clear as day if you were sitting in that section of the audience, but not clear as day to anybody that matters. And I think that you will hear this narrative. Oh, Gunther tapped out. You tapped out. There is no way. Tapping on a person's leg that the referee can't see
is smart.
Is not tapping out.
It's smart.
It's like when
he got AJ to release the hold.
Right. It's like when people are in a submission hold and the referee is knocked out and they start tapping out. Like, you better tap out immediately. If the referee isn't in the ring, tap out as soon as that hold is put on. Because if you can get the person to release it, then the hold's not on you anymore.
Right.
You're not going to break your calf. I, if anything, am sitting there befuddled that AJ Styles would release a hold because he felt a tap and not because a referee acknowledged the tap. That's when you release a hold, when a referee tells you to release the hold because the referee acknowledges the tap. Gunther tapped out AJ Styles. I think he tapped out to AJ Styles. I think he knew exactly where he was tapping. I think he knew exactly what he was doing. I think he knew that, look, there are multiple levels to this game. And I'm in the middle of the ring right now. And AJ Styles is one of the best to ever do it. I'm not getting out of this calf crusher.
And he worked the calf the entire match.
Yep, it's
So
weakened.
Gunther yes.
I'm not getting out of this thing. And I've had just about as much as I can take. Is there a way to politely ask him to release the hold and then maybe I'll be okay? No, that probably wouldn't work. AJ Styles would probably politely decline if I politely, okay, well, that's not going to work. Well, how do I get AJ Styles to look where the referee is? And that's, again, what I mean about not leading with emotion. In all scenarios, the best of the best always just lead with pure and utter logic. What is going to result in a win in the record book? And that's exactly what Gunther did, realizing the referee's over there. Let me tap out so AJ feels it. AJ releases the hold, and that was all that he needed.
It's cheap, but I respect it.
You do respect it.
Yeah, I mean, it's brilliant.
Yeah?
It's also cheap and disrespectful.
It's a Becky Lynch finish.
I don't agree with that whatsoever.
Oh, okay.
I don't agree with that whatsoever.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, she has some of the slickest finishes I've ever seen.
They are pretty slick. Look, I'll tell you where Gunther, when you say Gunther's a soul crusher and all that stuff, one thing Gunther doesn't care about is how the audience reacts to him. He does not care whatsoever. If anything, he'll make a t-shirt out of it if it really bothers you. He has said in public, he enjoys antagonizing the audience. And that's something that he did with the way that match finished tonight. Absolutely. But it was the first time AJ Styles and Gunther had been in the ring. And honestly, why is Gunther going to do it again? What for? He's proven what's happened. He can go out next week in Ireland and say, hey, I beat AJ Styles. I beat R-Truth. I beat John Cena. I wonder who's going to be next. It's not going to happen tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just here to tell you about my victories. I'm not wrestling again. Because why would he? Why?
I don't have an answer.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer for why Gunther would wrestle again.
Because we want him to. And it's that's not a good enough answer.
I know.
That's not a good enough reason.
Because you're in Belfast and I'd like to see you wrestle.
Too bad. Too bad. I'd like a lot of things. I'm not getting them, so you're not getting this. You know what you can get? That new Cody Rhodes gear. Have you heard about this new Cody Rhodes gear?
I have. I've heard about this. It's nice. Speaking of slick.
Slick. Cody Rhodes always shows up looking slick. You can show up looking slick as well. New Cody Rhodes gear is here. The camo collection just got new additions, and they're available now at WWE Shop and Fanatics. You can get yours before it's gone. The jacket, the new T-shirts, the hat. And I'm going to tell you something. Cody Rhodes is coming back, and he's coming back looking for a fight. I mean, if there ever was a time to gear up in that camo, now's the time. I cannot wait to see what a Cody Rhodes on a mission to get his title back feels like. You remember last time he lost the title?
I remember.
He went in and destroyed John Cena, put him through a table, and forced him to sign a contract. Well, now we've got a Cody Rhodes in a similar situation, but he's probably even more angry.
And it led to one of the best matches of the year at SummerSlam.
Absolutely did with John Cena. So gear up, get the new Cody Rhodes gear. But we've got to talk about this women's tag team title scenario. The new women's tag team champions.
Loaded.
Team Rio started Monday Night Raw. And immediately when they said they're opening the door for challengers, who came out?
Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez.
That's right. Not only did they come out, they came out alongside Lyra Valkyria and Bayley. They came out alongside the Kabuki Warriors. Triple threat match was made. Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez won that triple threat match. They will get a chance at the Women's Tag Team Championship at Saturday night's main event against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. But before that, they're right here. All the way from Dusseldorf, Germany. Welcome, the number one contenders. The number one contenders. Let's see. Wow. Oh, what a
look at
celebration.
that.
Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez. Welcome to the Raw recap. Are you feeling good?
Thank you.
Oh,
Can you say Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez are #1 contenders for the WWE Tag Team Championships? Can you just do it just for fun for us?
or
Yeah.
you can just call us the tag champions already.
Oh wow.
Wait, let's
Say the #1 contenders. Just say it.
Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez are the #1 contenders for the WWE Women's Tag Team
people go wild.
Championship.
Fire.
Did it feel good to hear it?
Oh yeah, it felt great. It felt
Okay,
great.
good,
It's
good.
like it's almost just as good as winning, you know.
I mean, I wouldn't know, but I can take your word for it. It seems like it's fantastic. How has Dusseldorf been for both of you?
We haven't been here very long. We just got here
We just
today.
today.
At 3
I
a.m.
don't remember. It's been such a long
Yeah.
tour. We've been working. I don't know if you
been
guys know, but we've been all around like the world in the last like 5 days. We got to Dusseldorf today, so really we haven't done anything, but we did win. So I guess that's all that really counts, you know. So I guess it's good because we came, we saw, we conquered, and now we're gonna go home. Well,
mean,
I'm
if
going
there's-
home. Roxy's actually.
Yes.
My young is gonna stay on
Yeah.
tour and get a couple more
W.
wins in her pocket, and I'm gonna go home and rest because she's my young.
I mean, that's great that you have your own young, and I mean, this is like a very this is a very different
Have you ever had a
dynamic.
young? Have you
I've
ever
nev-
had a young?
I've never had it. I mean, I don't know if
Am
hot
I
dog
your
Get a young. You
Is-
should get a
is-
young.
is Megan my
Which
young?
one of you is older?
Sam, can't
Megan's
you tell?
young. Megan's
No,
young.
it's about we're about the same age.
Oh, stop.
We're about-
I think I'm your
She's still-
young.
she's
Yeah?
still-
Yeah.
She's still your young.
Young's way younger.
Yeah, she's your young.
All right,
And
I
better.
don't know.
I hope
way.
I hope you nurture her. I hope you nurture her because that's like what a big needs to do.
When did you start nurturing your young, Liv?
I feel like that's like as soon as I came back.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as I came back, I just took Roxy under my wing because that's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do, and I'm gonna teach her all I know.
Now she's been tag team champions how many times? Women's
Four,
World
which
Champion?
is the most out of any other tag team that's ever like existed ever.
Exactly. So she's very iconic.
Very, 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 very
So-
iconic.
She's
How d-
teaching
Some
her
call
way.
me the greatest of all time.
Wow.
Not on some Becky Lynch shit, on some real shit.
Well, that's I like the real. Yeah, I like.
I
it
don't
better
know.
than that.
Becky's is pretty real.
No. I think Liv's is actually quite real.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you think Roxanne did in your absence as a tag team champion?
You know, she did lose the titles rather
Mm.
quickly, and that's why she's my young.
Wow.
Is because now under my tutelage,
hmm
she's going to grow and be nurtured into the greatest of all time after my time. When I go, I am shaping my little Roxy to be the next greatest.
I mean, Liv, when did this sort of Megan actually has pointed it out multiple times on the show that since you've been back, it has felt like with the Judgment Day, you've taken on much more of a leadership role than we've ever seen you in.
And you've
Not
been very
leaders in the Judgment
selfless.
Day. You guys know that.
No,
We're
I
not
know.
leaders in the
But you've also been very selfless. I mean, when we saw you return Liv, I was like, oh, Liv has to go for the Women's World Championship. So to see you take Roxanne underneath your wing and go after the tag titles was a bit surprising to me, and I think a lot of other fans who were excited to see you return.
Yeah, you know, a big sexy Raquel Rodriguez, she claimed her stake for the Women's World Championship. And so that left the tag team titles for Roxy and I. So I'm going to continue the tradition of Judgment Day holding all of the gold. It's going to start with Roxy. And I, you know, actually it starts with Dominic. Dominic is Intercontinental Champion
Shout
and
out.
AAA Mega. Shout out to Daddy Dom.
Mhm.
And Roxy and I are going to continue that with becoming the women's tag team champions. Raquel's going to become the women's world champion. And Finn, I hope, gets it together, which it seems like my little talk to him,
Yeah, I think it worked.
little fire,
I think it worked.
little
mean,
fire.
Just say as a family, and we've always been a family. So
Always
why,
a family.
why wouldn't Liv support me and you support her and us support Raquel?
Family first.
Family's important. It seems like you almost have a matriarch role. Maybe leader's not the right word. Maybe mentor
Mhm.
is the right word.
Matriarch, I don't think that's like the correct word for me.
Why not?
I will take mentor. Matriarch is like old,
Yeah, it feels
you know.
old. Liv's
And
not old.
I know I'm giving mentor, but I'm no mother.
So you don't. But
You are.
I'm
So you're
mother
not-
in the good way, not mother in like the way that you're trying to say, Sam.
She's
No, like, I'm
she's a
not her-
cool mom like me.
I didn't think it was negative. I just thought maybe like you're not unk
I'm
to.
cooler than Regina George's mom. I'm cooler than even a cool mom.
So you're not unk to Roxanne.
Why would you say that?
Unk. I was
That's
gonna say
so
I was gonna try to
insulting.
hyphen aunt. I was gonna try to hyphen aunt, but like you can't.
Oh no, I guess you
I'm
can.
on.
On.
I'm No, I'm just her big and she's my little. I'm her big, she's my little.
I love it.
And that's it. We're gonna run shit.
What's-
Judgment Day.
What's the status of Dominic Mysterio these days?
Yeah, Daddy Dom, he's home resting. He's just recovering. We're just playing it safe, you know? He
Mhm.
is, after all, our double champion. He is, as of right now, the crown jewel of the Judgment Day. So we protect and cater to Daddy Dom, and we're just playing it safe with him. And he'll be back soon. But he's doing some well-deserved R&R. He was quite literally running Monday Night Raw
Yeah.
for like the last full year. You don't think that Daddy Dom deserves like a little bit of a break, a little bit of a rest, a little bit of an off day, a little bit of a reprieve? My
Sure.
goodness.
I do.
That's so true.
I do. I
I do
absolutely
miss his muscles though. Do you miss Daddy Dom flexing? Oh my
I
god.
do. Yes, I do. I absolutely do. You know what was very impressive tonight, though? The second. I
What?
mean, it was less than 1 second when Rhea Ripley and Io Sky said they're kind of opening the door for anybody that thinks that they deserve a shot at the tag team championship. Like the sentence wasn't even out of Rhea Ripley's mouth before your music played. It was like you were just sitting there waiting for the.
Yeah, you know,
there
like
was-
my sensors went off. My
Yeah.
sensors went off, and I was like, "Oh, Roxanne, this is our time." Yeah, no, quite literally, those are our titles, and we want those titles. I don't know what else to
That
say.
actually deserve it.
We're the only
so-
ones that deserve it. I never lost it. I said it. I've never lost it, and I know
Mhm.
Roxanne may have lost it, but I never lost it.
To be fair,
Mhm.
to be fair,
Yeah, go ahead.
there was like every single woman in the roster in that match.
Yeah, and
So it was kind of
and also, what? It was like your fourth week here.
yeah,
The fourth
literally.
week here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can let.
My first pay per view.
She just stepped foot in here. It's okay. It's okay. We're not gonna hold this one loss against her.
Yeah.
Are
No.
we?
No.
No.
You know,
She
Liv,
has room
as
to grow.
as the leader really of the Judgment Day, sometimes you do
There's
have to
no leader.
have
There's no
Megan,
leader.
there's no leader.
There's
no
no
leaders.
leader.
There's no leader.
There's no
Okay.
leader.
as the big as a role model within the Judgment Day.
Aunt.
An aunt in the Judgment Day, on in the Judgment
On.
Day. Sometimes you have to have difficult conversations with people, and we saw you have one of those difficult conversations tonight with Finn Balor. But then Finn stepped up to CM Punk. So when you saw Finn take action tonight on Monday Night Raw, how did that make you feel as a Judgment Day family?
It was good because all we want for Finn, we all want to succeed. My success is just as important as Roxanne, just as important as Finn, just as important as JD, just as important as Raquel, just as important as Dominic's. All our successes are equally as important. So to see Finn go from NXT champion, tag team champion, United States champion, world champion, Grand Slam champion, to playing video games, not even watching our segments, not even watching us go out on behalf of the Judgment Day, because Judgment Day runs Monday Night Raw. Judgment Day ran Monday Night Raw. So yeah, you know, seeing Finn sitting there being fine with playing video games as we're chasing gold, as Raquel's chasing gold, JD's injured, Dominic's injured. Yeah, it was a little bit odd to see him be okay with just playing video games. So I had to say something, and I'm glad that I did, because look,
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
he went
that.
out there less than 10 minutes later and took initiative. And we just want the best for him. And that's the Finn Balor that we deserve.
It was great to see the initiative taken. I can't wait to see the Punk versus the Prince in Ireland. But also, you say just playing video games, except when he was playing 2K, he was playing as himself,
Oh,
and he was beating up Cody Rhodes in the game. So couldn't there
We
be
can
like
call
some?
it manifesting, but it's
Yeah.
still, you know,
But like, why wasn't he watching our segment? Why wasn't
Yeah,
he watching?
you
us? Why wasn't
literally-
he
Oh, yeah.
congratulating us?
hello,
Happy
we
birthday.
went out there.
Oh, anything that was going on.
Yeah.
So like, we always watch his.
We watch
shit,
everyone's
you know?
stuff. We watch
watched him
everyone's
go out
stuff.
there with CM Punk. Like,
We sit there and we're like, woo, you know what I mean? And so to come back and he just, Finn, did you watch? Did you see? And he's like, huh? I'm just playing as myself on 2K. It was just like,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
brother. Okay, brother. How about we together and get back to the Finn Balor that said he was going to carry the Judgment Day on his back, that wanted championship gold. Where's that Finn Balor? And so I do believe that is the Finn Balor that we are about to see.
Did you notice a change in the Judgment Day? I mean, I feel like the entire WWE landscape had shifted while you were gone, Liv, and that you came back and it was like, okay, it's time to stake your claim and figure out where you sit across everything that is kind of as happens every time anybody's gone. The wheels keep spinning on this thing, and you have to figure out where you land when you get back. Did you notice there was a change in the sort of overall landscape or the specific landscape of the Judgment Day while you were gone?
The Judgment Day, they went through some waves while I was gone. We had all the gold to losing all the gold. I think that ultimately we just have to support each other. And at the end of the day, I sit at whatever table that I want to. And so I'm okay with doing what Roxanne and I are doing because that's what I want to do.
What about you, Roxanne? It seemed like when you first got to the Judgment Day, there was a closeness with Finn Balor that dynamic seems to have changed a lot, specifically recently. Is that true, or is my perception off?
I mean, I don't think there was a closeness per se. I think that there was a couple of times where I came as an NXT superstar to Monday Night Raw, and I think he saw me as the prodigy, saw what I can do in the ring, saw what I bring to the table, and he thought, okay, she's the perfect person. She's the perfect girl to come and bring into the Judgment Day to help out Liv and Raquel. That's what I was trying to do, and then sadly, Liv did get hurt. The dynamic changed, and it did feel like Finn kind of just went into his own little world. And again, we noticed that tonight when we walked in and he wasn't even paying attention to what I was doing or what Liv was doing. So yeah, I think he deserved to hear what Liv had to say, and I said what I said. I said she has a point. So regardless if he brought me into the Judgment Day or not,
we do what's right for the Judgment Day.
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
Is there any sort of personal satisfaction on your end, Liv, that you step back into the Women's Tag Team Championship scene at the exact same time that Rhea Ripley and Io Sky have gotten those titles? Meaning that you go to Saturday night's main event. It's ironic. It's ironic.
Yeah,
you go to Saturday night's main event, you're back in the ring with Rhea.
I was like, it's nice to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
You look good, which I meant that. It's been a while. It's been a while. She's like the Batman to my Joker, you know? I am the villain in her hero story, and she is the villain in my hero story. And so I think that we will always have ties to a degree. But this was not intentional. Whoever, it doesn't matter. Sure. Whoever had these tag team titles, we were coming for them regardless. It could have been Rhea, it could have been the Kabukis, it could have been Bayley and Lyra, which is actually never, because they're never gonna win those titles ever. It just happened to be Rhea and Io, so it really was what it was. But it was good to see her.
Is there any hesitation based on the fact that, like, at the moment, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky might be the best they've ever been and might be the best women on the entire roster?
Yeah, I think that they're, they are great. They are great, Roxy. But I sat home for 5 months and all I did was watch everyone on this show. So if you don't think I know everyone's strengths and I know everyone's weaknesses, no matter how good or great that they are, all I did was sit home and watch. So if you don't think I have some tricks up my sleeve, you're crazy.
Historically, Liv Morgan is dangerous when she comes back from an injury.
Yes.
When you are home alone, something happens to you when you are off this thing and you come back.
I'm a psycho.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Well,
Neurotic.
It's funny because I remember one of the times that Sam and I interviewed you before Liv, and you were coming back from an injury, and Sam had asked you if you had any goals heading into the new year, and you looked us dead in the eye without blinking and said, I have no goals, just revenge. And that launched into the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. And here we are at the start of WrestleMania season. Royal Rumble is not that far away, and I'm looking right now at two women.
It was just revenge. That's a very important goal.
Revenge. But
it was a very important goal, but it was just the one.
New Year, save me. New Year, save me. Tag team championships. Well, no, that's a given. That's a given.
Well, yeah,
that's a given.
I mean, you two women were two of the last three standing in the Royal Rumble last year. So
Hey.
as you look ahead to 2026, goals individually, goals for the Judgment Day, you're looking at these tag team titles, but when you think about the year as a whole, are there any goals?
Gold.
Gold for everyone in
Gold.
the Judgment Day. All the gold for the Judgment Day, like we're
Every
little
single
leprechauns.
person in the Judgment Day is gonna hold gold this year.
Dominic's gonna hold 2.
Wow. Did you hear that?
We're
Gold
like
is the
little
goal.
leprechauns. We just want everything. We want all the golds.
And it doesn't matter which gold.
Gold. All gold everything.
Well, we want the tag team titles. We're getting the tag team
Yeah,
titles.
yeah, that for sure. But like, we're gonna have
Big Sexy's going for that women's world championship. Finn, he's going for the world championship, and we're gonna find something for JD.
Wow. Well, look,
We're gonna find
guys,
something for that man.
I appreciate you guys making some time for us. I appreciate finding out that gold is the goal, and that's what we're looking for in 2026. I cannot wait for Saturday
The
night's main
big
event.
rainbow
That's
over
right.
the Judgment Day.
That's right.
Mm.
And what's at the
Gold
end of that
and-
rainbow? What's at the end of the rainbow?
Gold.
There it is. There it is. Liv, Roxanne, thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
It was your pleasure.
Okay. Roxanne Perez getting that women's tag team championship opportunity. And you're right. I mean, you did point out clearly. I mean, I don't think she likes being called Unk,
No, not at all.
but she is in a.
You called her old like multiple times. during
She
the-
said young. She said she had a young.
Yeah, and I guess the opposite of young is old, but you never
I didn't
called
say
women
old. I didn't say old. I said like those are all words like mentor.
Matriarch.
Matriarch is like the lead, like the female.
It just implies old.
It doesn't imply old. It's maternal. You're a mom,
I am a mom. A cool mom.
like most moms.
Cool mom.
Well, listen.
Although mother is like that's a cool term, right? Like
Yeah, but-
she is mother. I see that a lot on the internet.
You do.
A lot.
You're gonna have to look into that and tell me if it's a good
It's
thing.
not a good thing?
No, I think it is a good thing. But I think it is for like that maternal sort of figure. But again, you're stepping into that role of mentor. This is important. I'm not insulting anybody.
I've never heard anybody say about you, he is mother.
I would hope not. I would hope not. If anything, I'm a patriarch. Would you consider yourself my young?
Yeah, I would.
You would.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm your young.
Yes. Did
Yes.
you like when they said
I'm in the Sam
they-
Roberts coaching tree.
they said which one of you is younger? And I said, we're about the same age.
Come on. It's very obvious.
I don't think
I'm
so.
a little insulted that they didn't know I was younger. A
No,
little
we're
bit.
about the same.
I got Botox this weekend. Maybe I need to
You
get
did?
a little more.
Yeah. No.
Gotta get some more.
Get your money back.
I know.
Listen. No, I'm
Wow.
saying you're a matriarch. It's important.
Thank you. Thank
Unk.
you. Yeah.
So,
You just called me young.
so
It's ridiculous.
Aunt,
Aunt.
the big match. Saturday night's main
I
event,
know.
women's tag team championship. We were talking last week about like what a big difference Rhea Ripley and Io Sky as a team makes. Like when you look at the depth of this tag team division, it is absolutely insane. And the idea, and we brought it up with Roxanne and Liv Morgan, that we're getting Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan back in the ring together, but this time it's for the women's tag team championship. It's at Saturday night's main event. This is one of the bigger women's tag team championship matches that we've seen.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. I mean, the tag team division is completely loaded. I mean, that was illustrated in the beginning of Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
You have Bailey and Lyra come out. The entire crowd is singing to Bailey.
Shout out to them, by the way.
Right? I mean, it's just like if you ever forgot how big of a deal Bailey is tonight when the entire crowd is singing to her. Oh yeah. And that just illustrates the depth of this women's division. But there is something so special about Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Now, we lived that rivalry for so many months. And I believe it was the Netflix premiere where that all came to a head.
Yeah.
And Rhea Ripley defeated Liv Morgan. But so much so that, Sam, I think we were back in Philadelphia. The site of where Liv Morgan threw Rhea Ripley into the wall.
In the
And
arena.
injured her.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing Rhea Ripley standing in front of that wall and getting like goosebumps. Like, oh my God, is Liv going to come back? But there's just something about the two of them, whether it's a backstage interaction, whether it's tonight when Liv Morgan walks out and says like, hey, buddy, it's been a while since I've seen you, where just the juices start flowing and you think, oh, are we headed back down there? But right now with Rhea and Io so dominant and strong. I don't know how anybody, with all due respect to Roxanne and Liv, I don't know how anybody could take them off the top.
Maybe, but they've only been tag team champions for a week. Who knows how they exist as tag team champions, you know? And I think that whatever's going on, I mean, Liv Morgan's, she's very tricky,
Oh, yeah.
but she's got some kind of plan here.
And I love how you bring up when she comes back from injury, she has a plan. Because every time
Oh,
she's
yeah.
been out, she's come back better than ever.
Yeah, because she's just at home, just making, you know, Charlie Day and Always Sunny message you know, maps and
Yeah.
stuff on the big chalkboard with the yarn that goes from one thing to the other and this one and somehow these things that look like the rantings and ravings of a lunatic all come to fruition and everything comes up Liv Morgan. I mean, that's the one thing we've learned about Liv is that no matter how dominant somebody appears, no matter you can never count out Liv Morgan. I don't think that people thought when Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio were together that it would ever get better than Rhea and Dom.
And it did.
I mean, come on. Liv Dom is the greatest thing, you know. It's Savage and Elizabeth. It's the greatest. And that's Liv Morgan. That's the man. And she always finds a way. I don't know if they win the tag team championship. I think that they might, because don't forget, you talk about Rhea Ripley winning the women's championship at that Netflix Raw premiere, but she didn't hold it that long.
No, because Io came knocking on the door
So who's to
and
say that
surprised
this,
the entire world by winning the title.
and what happens if history repeats itself? Not that Io comes along and takes it from her, but that once again, Rhea has a short title reign to begin the year because Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez do what it is that they do. You know, I think certainly stranger things have happened.
Yes. It's wild to see, with all due respect to Roxanne, Liv, Io, and Rhea in this match for the tag team championship.
Well,
because
that's
those are three people that I would have thought, you know, they would be vying for the women's world title.
And maybe they still will be.
Yeah, it could
You know,
be.
but that's 100% too. When we were talking about, you know, Rhea and Liv being in there together again, the fact that you also throw in Roxanne Perez and Io Sky, who some feel is like the best female wrestler on the
Or
planet
just the
right
best
now.
wrestler.
Many people feel she's the best in-ring wrestler on the planet right now, for sure.
I mean, you were in Bridgeport at the live event.
Oh,
You heard the reaction for Io.
It was massive.
Yeah.
Just everybody pointing at the sides of their heads all over the place. Everybody loves it because they can't believe it. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for this one. I think it's going to be a really special one.
It's so interesting because, you know, we tried in many ways during that conversation with Liv and Roxanne to talk about how Liv is going after the tag team title. And they seem fully in support of Raquel.
Oh, there was no break in that.
None.
No. These factions somehow, between the Vision, between the Judgment Day, like everybody's on the same page. It's pretty remarkable because that doesn't usually happen in this world.
It's wild because like Liv obviously has the confidence in herself, and she's been a world champion before, that she doesn't maybe right now feel like she needs to prove it again, but she's focused on bringing along Roxanne,
Right.
bringing along the Judgment Day, and
Right.
letting Raquel have her moment.
Right. Well,
Think of Liv Morgan.
right. And we'll talk about the rest of the Judgment Day in just a moment. But first, I want to talk to you about Topps Universe WWE. You know, everybody's thinking about it. They're thinking about stepping into the ring with the debut of Topps Universe WWE. It's making its hobby debut. A bold, cosmic-inspired take on WWE collecting. It features a massive 300-card base set, Hall of Famers, current champions, and rising prospects. It features stunning galactic patterns, vibrant color parallels that bring every superstar to life. Every hobby box guarantees 2 autographs and 1 relic. So you're getting big hits in every rip. You can chase the short printed inserts highlighting iconic storylines, rivalries, and unforgettable WWE moments. I mean, so much is in this set. Whether you're hunting grails or building a rainbow, Topps Universe WWE is your ringside seat to the hobby's next heavyweight release. Find Topps Universe WWE on Topps.com and in stores on January 30th.
Soon.
Very, very soon. Don't sleep on this one. Now, when we talk about the Judgment Day, when we talk about number one contenders, we didn't just crown a number one contender for the Women's Tag Team Championship. We also found out, first of all, I mean, Raquel Rodriguez, once again, just deciding that Monday night is the night to destroy Stephanie Vaquer.
Who's already has an injured foot.
I mean, I would
And Raquel
say,
made it worse last week.
and then made it worse again this week. As long as that boot is on Stephanie Vaquer's foot, maybe stay home, because Raquel Rodriguez is not interested in stopping at all.
I mean, she's lucky she had the boot on. Her leg might be cut in half if it wasn't for the boot, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm very interested to see where this is going to go, because Stephanie Vaquer has not put down the Women's World Championship.
No.
And you would have thought that, okay, maybe this is a road to vacating that title. But she's still saying she's not. And it's interesting that Raquel is like, look, either I'm going to fight a weakened Stephanie Vaquer, or I'm just going to make you give up the title, whichever comes first. Either way, it's a pretty good strategy.
Bold strategy.
Bold strategy. See if it pays off. So we also, from the Judgment Day, and I mean, this is big for the Judgment Day. This is exactly what Liv was talking about. Have a new number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship on the men's side of things. CM Punk is standing in the ring. He's talking about his match for Braun Breaker last week. He's talking about how everything went, how he beat Braun Breaker. And then he says, now it's wide open to find out who's next. And boom, here comes Finn Balor. And this was after. And I still, by the way, stand by. First of all, video games are a great stress reliever.
Oh.
Great stress reliever. And second of all, Finn Balor was playing as himself and fighting Cody Rhodes in 2K.
So it just
Manifesting.
excuses him from supporting the rest of the Judgment Day?
Well, he's got a DVR, I'm sure. It's on Netflix. It's there forever.
He's in the building.
He was in the middle of a great game. But he comes out to immediately approach CM Punk, and I love the strategy. I love going, hey, man, I'm not skipping any line. I'm not begging you for anything. You said my name. You said my name when you were talking about people that may challenge you. Well, here I am. And, man, I don't know if CM Punk wants to be drawing into question the motivation of Finn Balor. Because Finn Balor, there's an interesting thing I feel like going on with Finn Balor. Not only was Liv Morgan just talking about how much he's done, not only was he on Raw, what was it, last week or the week before, talking about how he's coming for gold. Like this is what it's going to be all about. He was just on Cody Rhodes' podcast, and they were talking about the whole history of everything that he did, how important that everything that he did. I mean, he changed
Universal
wrestling
title.
in Japan before he even got here. Everything that he did, he put Japan on the map. I mean, it already was on the map, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, just made such an impact there. Then he came to NXT and was an absolute key pillar in creating that brand, in making Black and Gold into must-see through his whole world title run and his matches with like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and everybody. Then, like you just said, comes to Raw, wins the Universal title. I mean, and has had classics and classics and classics. And again, people forget. Like we were just talking about with AJ Styles and Gunther. And I think there was part of Finn Balor that was maybe woken up by Liv Morgan and going like, wait, do people not know? Do people not know who I am? Maybe I do need to go remind them.
And you have said this about Finn Balor for as long as I've known you, that he has the ability within one match to remind everybody that he can be a world champion, that he can be the face of the company, that he can be right at the top of the card.
Yeah, that's how I've...
In one match.
That is true. That is true. That's how I feel about Finn Balor. That it's like all it takes is one match, sometimes one promo, one reminder to be like, no, I'm not a braggart. That's all. Did you guys forget?
And how about CM Punk saying, "What have you been doing? Shining Liv Morgan's shoes?"
I mean, that was tough. That was tough. I mean, Finn Balor, I think, he doesn't maybe always carry himself like a person who's done as much as he's done.
He's humble.
Maybe there's a humility to it, but like, I do think that there's a big part of it where people are like, oh yeah, he's been around, and I think people at times have treated AJ Styles in a similar way.
Yeah.
And then it's incumbent upon AJ Styles to go, hey, no, this is what an AJ Styles match looks like. And I think Finn Balor's in the exact same position. Now you're going to Ireland next week. We're not waiting for Saturday night's main event. You're going to Ireland next week to your home country to fight, not only to fight for the World Heavyweight Championship, but to fight CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. Finn Balor versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship.
No numbers game, no Judgment Day. Punk even called that out. Punk said, I dealt with the numbers game in the Vision, and I'm not dealing with that this time.
And Finn Balor said, good, you don't have to. Like, again, you forgot. This is like a fantasy warfare world heavyweight title match that's just happening on Raw next Monday. You know, like this is one of those like, oh my gosh.
And if anybody could just, without anybody expecting it, take the world title from CM Punk, it's Finn Balor.
Absolutely. I mean, this is why. What's
Under
that?
everybody's nose.
3 p.m. Eastern. Special start time next week.
By dinner, we could have a new world heavyweight champion.
That's exactly right. And we'll all be eating potatoes and everything they eat in Ireland to celebrate Finn Balor and everyone else. I know there are some people in the control room that think that potatoes don't properly represent Ireland, but I've heard they love potatoes.
Well, hopefully we'll be eating lots of potatoes to celebrate another champion in Ireland next week as well.
Who's that?
Becky Lynch.
I mean,
She's defending her title against Maxine Dupree,
she is.
which is kind of wild that Maxine just, gets another shot right away.
Well, Becky hooked the rope when she pinned Maxine.
I didn't see that.
Oh, okay.
And Danilo didn't either.
No, he didn't. I mean, I could have sworn we were talking about CM Punk and Finn Balor, but I guess
Well, you were talking about potatoes in Ireland. And when I think of Ireland, I think of Becky Lynch.
and potatoes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because in her vlogs, she always talks about potatoes.
Yeah, I've heard about her vlog.
Yeah, you were in it this week.
I know.
Congrats to you. That's big. That's good for you.
She just steals tape for those vlogs. Like, just steals content. Just a content thief. I told her, I left a comment to expect a copyright strike. Because there's footage from my show. She didn't dare get her own footage. She decided to, first of all, we haven't even spoken since then. I'm at work, okay? I'm trying to get away from this madness of getting all caps tweets in the middle of the night, of getting harassed. You remember what happened last time we were in the building to do a countdown show at John Cena's final match?
Oh, yeah.
Was I
Becky Lynch.
harassed or was I not harassed?
You were harassed.
Yes.
Kind of deserved it.
For what? Standing.
Just spreading misinformation about Becky Lynch.
And then I find out, and I remember back before they let people just film whatever they want in the locker rooms. It was a private place, you know? But then I see tape from Becky Lynch harassing me backstage show up on the vlog, which I've never signed a release to be on this vlog. It's crazy, crazy stuff. And I go, well, I got to just like, and then I go, I host a morning show. I'm not even talking about wrestling. You know, I was talking about Metro cards. I was having a conversation about Metro cards. That's what I was talking about. And all of a sudden, it's a Tuesday. It's last Tuesday. And the door gets kicked open, and I just hear an Irish brogue laughing like Seth Rollins for whatever reason. Ha 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 ha. And I was within an inch and a half of the Intercontinental Championship. She pushed it right in my face in a very, very hostile way.
Did you get excited? Did you like that?
I think the belts are cool. But I am trying to act in a professional way, and I don't need the show getting invaded. And then I go, okay, well, I'll post video of it after it happened. It was just in there for like 10 minutes almost.
She brought me up. It was good.
Oh, I know. And then she brought you up on other shows too.
It's great.
No, it wasn't great.
It was great.
No, she said that you should be on the morning show.
I think she's right.
Okay, well, guess what?
And guess what? She wasn't the only one saying it.
Okay,
a lot of the guys on your show were like, you know what? She was right about Megan.
Well, yeah, I don't think that. Well, whatever. That's neither here nor there.
Look, if you're upset about being in this vlog, I mean, you can certainly take it up with Becky Lynch, but just remember, she has the greatest lawyers in the country.
Well, our lawyers are going to get a letter because then she put me in the vlog again. She used that footage from the radio show that it was our footage, and she just put it in her vlog. So there will be legal activities.
And you'll lose.
Okay, good. Fine. Whatever. I'll tell you what. Maybe, you know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to hope that she's doing a meet and greet at Fanatics Fest because I'm going to bring a subpoena right to her.
At the
Right,
meet
drop
and
it
greet?
out. Yeah, that's right. They're going to say, oh, did you want an 8x10 signed? And I'd be like, oh, yeah, just one thing. You've been served. And that's the magic of Fanatics Fest, creating moments like serving Becky Lynch court papers for theft of intellectual property. This is the big news.
It's not a moment I want to be a part of.
Anybody who wants to be involved in this, who wants to see it firsthand, you can be there. WWE sports fans, the world's #1 sports fan festival, Fanatics Fest, is making its return to New York City. Fanatics is bringing you closer to the league's teams, superstars, and athletes that you love across 4 action-packed days in July. You can meet your favorite WWE superstars. Fanatics has announced, wait till you hear this, we got some names. You ready?
Yes.
Fanatics has announced Cody Rhodes,
Let's go.
Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Liv Morgan, Jey Uso, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch.
That's right.
Oh, she's getting served.
Oh.
Randy Orton, Stephanie Vaquer, Tiffany Stratton, and Bianca Belair will all be in attendance, as well as big names across sports like WWE superfan Cam Scatabo. You'll be able to get your hands on exclusive merch and catch live podcasts. Tickets are on sale now. The best part is Raw Recap fans can get a 10% discount by using code RAWRECAP10 at checkout. Go to Fanatics Fest, use code RAWRECAP10 at checkout, and it's all yours.
I think we actually have a shot of Becky Lynch coming on your show, which gracing you with her presence on the morning show. Oh, there it is. Look
Oh
at
my
how excited you are to see the belt, to see the champion.
I wasn't overly excited.
You were.
And look at it. She's tagging me in the tweet. She really does. She just wants to harass
This
me.
is big for you because the show need a little bit of help.
You think this was the boost that it needed?
Yes.
It's very insulting.
And now the ratings, I'm told, they've been up.
What ratings?
The ratings of your show.
Oh, fine. Fine. I forgot about the ratings. I didn't get the quarterlies.
Well, they were down. But good news for you. 2026 starting hot thanks
looking
to
up.
Becky Lynch.
Okay, good.
So
Good.
that's big.
I'm glad it's looking up. You think Otis and Tozawa are going to get the tag team championship from the Usos?
I mean, Otis wanted to be taken seriously.
Maxine said you could do it. I don't think they could do it. It's the Usos. It's the greatest tag team of all time.
I know.
Well, look, we're going to find out all that and more next week. Special start time for Monday Night Raw, 3 p.m. Eastern. But an early Monday Night Raw is going to mean an early recap. We will be here right after the show. I hope you will be here too. Don't forget to subscribe across all audio platforms. Like and comment on YouTube. And we will see you next Monday for more Raw Recap.